Tibet's history unfolds like a dramatic epic across the roof of the world, where towering Himalayan peaks have both isolated and exposed this unique civilization to powerful outside forces. For history enthusiasts seeking to understand Tibet's complex identity, several pivotal moments stand as crossroads that forever altered its trajectory. The 7th century emergence of the Tibetan Empire under Songtsen Gampo marked Tibet's transformation from scattered tribes into a formidable military power. This shrewd ruler married both Chinese and Nepalese princesses, bringing Buddhism to Tibet through diplomatic alliances. The magnificent Jokhang Temple, still standing today, serves as a testament to this period when Tibet controlled vast territories stretching from Central Asia to parts of China and India. Perhaps no event shaped Tibetan identity more profoundly than the arrival of Indian Buddhist master Padmasambhava in the 8th century. Known as Guru Rinpoche to Tibetans, he tamed local deities and established Buddhism as the dominant spiritual force. This cultural revolution created Tibet's unique synthesis of indigenous practices with Buddhist philosophy, a spiritual identity that would sustain Tibetans through centuries of upheaval. The collapse of the Tibetan Empire in the 9th century plunged the region into a time of fragmentation, with power dispersed among regional warlords. Yet from this chaos emerged something unexpected: Tibet's transformation into a religious rather than military power. When the second Buddhist diffusion began in the 10th century, monasteries became the new centers of Tibetan power and culture. The 13th century brought the Mongols, history's largest land empire, to Tibet's doorstep. Rather than military conquest, Tibet negotiated a remarkable priest-patron relationship where Tibetan lamas provided spiritual guidance to Mongol Khans in exchange for protection. This created the Choyun system that would define Tibet's foreign relations for centuries, establishing a pattern of seeking powerful protectors while maintaining internal cultural autonomy. When the 5th Dalai Lama unified Tibet in the 17th century, he established the government that would rule until the mid-20th century. The Great Fifth constructed the iconic Potala Palace, towering 13 stories above Lhasa, symbolizing the union of spiritual and political authority in the Dalai Lama institution. The Great Game of the 19th century cast long shadows over Tibet as British and Russian empires competed for influence in Central Asia. Tibet's attempts to maintain isolation crumbled in 1904 when British forces under Francis Younghusband invaded Lhasa, forcing treaties and exposing Tibet's vulnerability in the modern era of nation-states and imperial competition. The most traumatic rupture in Tibetan history came with China's 1950 invasion and subsequent incorporation of Tibet as an autonomous region. The 1959 Tibetan uprising and the Dalai Lama's flight into exile in India created parallel Tibetan worlds, those living under Chinese rule and a diaspora community preserving traditional culture abroad. Today, Tibet's identity emerges from this complex historical tapestry. Each pivotal moment, from empire to Buddhist revolution, from isolation to invasion, has left an imprint on Tibetan consciousness. For history enthusiasts, Tibet offers a fascinating case study of how a civilization's identity can be shaped by the dialectic between isolation and engagement, between spiritual values and political realities, creating a culture that continues to captivate the world's imagination. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more interesting discoveries.